Can you explain the fiance visa? I'm a green card holder. Am I eligible to file a green card for my fiance if she lives outside the US? The answer is no. As a green card holder, you're not eligible to file a fiance petition. You're only eligible to file a fiance petition if you become a naturalized US citizen. This is one of the many benefits of becoming a US citizen. Green card holders, permanent residents, are not allowed to petition for the fiance visa. Now, the advantage of the K1 visa over a marriage-based visa is this. It is that you don't have to go through the National Visa Center, which takes about 6 months. It's an additional step. How long would a fiance visa take to get processed? Well, I think you're looking at 6 months to a year to get your I-129F approved. And then you're looking at another 6 months, 6 or 8 months to get the interview at the consulate abroad. And then probably a couple more months to get a decision. So I think you're looking at a good maybe 2 years, maybe 18 months, something like that. If someone came to the US on a fiance visa and the person no longer wants to get married and they return home, will that prevent them from ever coming back? Yeah, that's a good question. So let's talk about that. If you come in on a K1 fiance visa, you have to get married to the person who brought you here if you want to get a green card. And if you don't marry that person and get a green card through that person, your immigration options are more limited. They're more limited. There are ways we've helped people get green cards through the Violence Against Women Act, for example, or through the through a waiver petition process. There are ways to do it. I'm married to a U.S. green card holder, but she don't start the filing as yet. Can I get a visitor visa? You can always apply for a visitor visa. The question is, should you do that? I don't think it's a good idea. I think I'd rather see you file, if you're married to a green card holder, you're probably not going to get a visitor visa. So instead of wasting time going down there, just have your wife file for you. I think we can break down immigration into a few different broad categories. The first is that you can get a green card through a family-based petition, a petition from your father, from your child who's over the age of 21, through your husband or wife. You can get a green card through a sibling petition. These are all ways for you to get a green card. The second way to do it is you can get a green card through asylum or refugee status. So if you have asylum or you have been designated a refugee, then after a period of time, you can apply for a green card. The third way to get a green card would be through a DV lottery win. So if you apply for the DV lottery and you're selected and you go through the process, that can lead to you getting a green card. Another way to get a green card is through an employer's petition. So your employer, if you have a job offer, can file the paperwork that will result in you getting a green card. And finally, I think the final way to get a green card would be, there are some ways to get green cards through immigration court in defense of deportation. But if you're not currently in immigration court, then I wouldn't worry about that. Let's talk about mistakes on your green card application. So one of the biggest mistakes that I see, and this is something that everybody should be aware of, when you fill out the I-130 visa application, it's a petition where you're petitioning for a family member. There's a box on the second or third page, I think it is. You have to indicate whether you're going to apply for a green card within the US or you're going to apply for a green card outside the US. Inside the US or outside the US. This is the way it's going to be. Another mistake that people make on their green card applications is not spending the time to list the information accurately. You have to list all your children everywhere in the world, no matter where they are, no matter, what the situation. You have to list your kids on the application. Sometimes people think, oh, I don't want to list my kids because they're not really part of this application process. But that's not the way it is. You have to list them all. This is biographical information, and you want to get it right. The most important benefit of citizenship is the practical benefit and the peace of mind that comes with not having to be part of the United States crappy immigration system. Let's talk about the very fine differences between green cards and citizenship. One of the problems that I run into is people say, wait a minute, if I get my citizenship, I'm going to have to give up my other passport. I don't want to give up my Canadian I'm Canadian. I don't want to give up my Canadian passport. Nonsense. There are certain countries that do not permit dual citizenship. Okay? But they're limited. I'll be happy to help you. You can book a free consultation with our firm using the link in my bio. I feel like the luckiest guy in the world because I have the best job in the world, which means I get to help all of you good people.